What happens when a person vanishes, but their life doesn't? In today's world, our routines are automated. Bills paid, subscriptions renewed, digital ghosts carrying on. Melissa Crane disappeared so quietly that the only sign she ever existed was a monthly payment, a small digital pulse from her bank account to a storage facility. Her absence wasn't a loud alarm. It was a silence masked by the hum of systems she'd set up. We automate our lives for convenience, creating echoes of ourselves that persist even when we're gone. But what happens when the person behind the order is no longer there? The machine keeps running, payments keep flowing, and the world assumes all is well. Melissa's story forces us to confront this. Her disappearance wasn't dramatic, but a slow realization that she was simply not there. The systems she built kept functioning, creating a facade of normalcy that hid a profound void. She became a ghost in her own machine, her presence reduced to a recurring transaction. This digital persistence made her absence haunting, a quiet testament to a life that slipped through the cracks. Melissa's story isn't just about one woman's fate. It's about how automation can mask absence. It's a warning. A managed life is not the same as a lived one. Melissa Crane was the person you could set your watch by. Organized, reliable, and quietly essential. At work, she was the invisible engine, keeping everything running smoothly, always prepared, always on time. Her personal life mirrored her professional one. Tidy apartment, finances in order, bills paid the day they arrived. Friends and family relied on her consistency, rarely noticing the effort it took. She was the silent caretaker, organizing holidays, remembering anniversaries, managing details no one else wanted to handle. This invisible labor is often expected of women, a background hum only noticed when it stops. Melissa's reliability made her invaluable, but also invisible. She never complained or drew attention to herself. She simply did what needed to be done. Her presence was so steady it was taken for granted. She was the perfect employee, the responsible daughter, the reliable friend. And it was this very reliability that made her disappearance so perplexing and so easy to miss. When someone like Melissa vanishes, the world barely stirs. The systems she managed kept running, masking the loss. One Monday in spring 2019, Melissa didn't show up for work. For someone so punctual, this was alarming. Calls went unanswered. A colleague checked her apartment. Everything was pristine. Her car parked outside, no signs of struggle or departure. The police found no clues, no note, no evidence of trouble, no secret life. Her last email was work-related, her last purchase groceries. Social media silent. The case was a detective's nightmare. No trail, no motive, just a void. The investigation stalled quickly. Her apartment was cleared, belongings stored, her job filled. The world moved on, and Melissa became a forgotten headline. Her disappearance was too quiet, too neat. No drama, no chaos, just a silent ending to an orderly life. For her family and a few friends, the uncertainty lingered. How can a person just cease to be? The absence of evidence became the most prominent feature of the case. Weeks turned to months, and hope faded. Melissa's life, so carefully managed, left no trace to follow. The world barely noticed she was gone. Only a silent question remained. What happened to Melissa Crane? Years passed. Melissa's case faded, but one detail persisted. Every month, $79.99 was deducted from her account for a storage unit. During a cold case audit, a detective noticed this anomaly. One payment, regular as clockwork, long after all other activity had stopped. The auto-pay system she'd set up kept the account in good standing, unnoticed by the storage company or the bank. It was a ghost in the machine, a digital echo shielding her absence. This automated efficiency hid Melissa's disappearance for years. The discovery of the payment reignited the investigation. What was in that storage unit? Why was it so important? Unit 317 became the new focal point, a physical space tied to a digital ghost. The payment was no longer just a transaction. It was a message from the past. The storage unit might hold the key to Melissa's fate. Detectives arrived at Secure Space Storage with a warrant. The manager had no memory of Melissa, just a name on a screen, always paid on time. They cut the rusted lock on Unit 317. Inside, everything was meticulously organized. Labeled boxes, covered furniture, sealed documents. The air was stale, the contents untouched. A time capsule of Melissa's life. Investigators cataloged photo albums, college yearbooks, vintage novels, and family documents. It was clear, this was not junk, but a carefully preserved archive. No evidence of a planned departure or foul play, just the personal history of a responsible, organized woman. The storage unit deepened the mystery, reinforcing what they already knew. Melissa was the keeper of her family's memories and affairs. The unit was a silent testament to her role as caretaker. It held her past, but offered no answers about her disappearance. The mystery of the payments was solved. It was Melissa's automation, still running. The deeper question, why did no one notice she was gone? Melissa was the invisible manager, the silent operator of systems at work and home. Her labor, reminders, planning, paying bills, was essential but unnoticed. Society often expects women to be the keepers of order, their work absorbed into daily life and taken for granted. When done well, this labor is invisible. The person can disappear without disrupting the system. Melissa's absence didn't cause a crisis. Her systems kept humming along. Her disappearance was a slow, quiet power down, masked by the perfection of her own routines. Her story is a metaphor for how women's contributions are often treated, as infrastructure, only noticed when it cracks. The world didn't notice she was gone because her reliability was automated. She made herself so seamlessly useful that her humanity became secondary to her function. The system outlived the person. Melissa Crane's story is more than a missing person case. It's a mirror for our automated lives. We rely on digital routines for connection, mistaking a financial transaction for proof of life. Her disappearance challenges us to see the invisible labor and the people who make our worlds run smoothly. Who is the Melissa Crane in your life? Do you notice their effort or take their presence for granted? The paid storage unit is a haunting symbol, a life reduced to a data point. Our systems of convenience can create a dangerous illusion of well-being. A paid bill is not proof of life. A functioning system is not a substitute for human connection. We must learn to notice the silences, to check in on the quiet ones. The mystery of Melissa Crane is a call to be more present, more attentive, more human. We cannot automate empathy. We must be willing to ask, "Are you there?" and truly listen for the answer.